Welcome to The Walk. There is a really interesting verse in the book of Ephesians that really has a lot to say about the whole idea of redemption. For it is light that makes everything visible. This is why it is said, "Wake up, O sleeper, rise from the dead, and Christ will shine on you." My son-in-law and daughter are in the film industry, and most of their friends are also. One of their very best friends is a director of photography. His name's Sam. Recently, my daughter called me and she said, "Hey, Sam is speaking at a film seminar roundtable. I want to go hear it. You want to come with me?" And I was like, "Yeah." And so I went and hung out with Caitlin. Turns out Sam was talking about horror films that are made in the state of Oklahoma, where we live. One of the things Sam talked about, you turn off the lights, make it real dark, and let people's imagination do the real heavy lifting of scaring them. I mean, that makes a lot of sense. That's why little kids, when they go to sleep at night, sleep with a nightlight. From the time that we're little, sleeping in the dark and not being sure of what else is in the room with us causes us all kinds of dread and fear. We're worried about what we can't see. And if that fear, if that worry is playing around in our brains as we drift off to sleep, we can actually end up having nightmares. As Sam was talking about it from a movie perspective, I sat there and I started thinking about it from a spiritual perspective. There are all kinds of things that we experience in this life that cause us uncertainty, fill us with dread, give us a sense of grief. And so many times there are the things that we aren't sure about, things that might be lurking kind of in the proverbial shadows of our lives. When we get to a place where we really focus on those things, then the darkness that they produce really can dominate our view. It really can be like we are zombies, sort of walking around in a trance, mesmerized and fearful about all of these things that we can't see. To that, God wants to come alongside us as we walk with Him and say to us, "Let's turn the lights on." He wants to do like three different things there. One, He wants to shine His light on our lives and expose the things that we really do need to be careful about. He wants to come alongside us and show us solutions to those problems, show us how we can get through them and be able to move on in a healthy way. The second thing He wants to do is show us that the things that are overwhelming, that we don't have the capability or the capacity to handle on our own, are no match for Him. He's the God of all creation, and He can come along and, using His supernatural power, provide us assistance so that we can live through them. And third, and this is so cool, He also, by shining His light on us, wants to show us the things that we might be afraid of that really aren't even there, that are just pieces of fiction that we've allowed to scare us. His light shows us we have nothing to be fearful of those things. His light can drive out the fear and give us a true sense of redemption and freedom.